we are at the gorgeous Waneka Lake Park here in Lafayette, Colorado. Uh, Chilly, but it's nice and sunny. November day here. Get out and play. Show you around a little bit. It's just a little 9-hole course here, kind of right in the middle of the town. Kind of an odd layout, but a kind of a fun little course to check out. Not that many courses in this area, so it's nice to have anything in the area, but I'll take you through the layout. It's kind of a multi-use park. You can rent paddle boards, I believe. They have an exercise trail that goes around. There's a trail that goes around the whole park, around the lake. The disc golf only uses a small section of it here, and then you kind of move over for 2 more holes. It's a little bit odd, but at the same time, it's kind of it has a chance to maybe grow in the future. We'll see. Hole 1 here, Waneka Lake Park. You'll see this kind of thing. It's 425 down, kind of way beyond this tree. Right, tucked around in the edge of it right there. You can just see it. Just see the band there. Walking path and lake is just above here. So definitely don't go left, although we're kind of shooting downward slightly. And then there's a property fence way right. They've kind of got, the houses didn't get a whole lot of permission to get there. It was a struggle to get this in here apparently. So you'll see the layout is a little weird because they have to stay away from throwing toward the houses at all. Right, we'll try the fission octane. See if we can't get down there toward the basket. Quite a rip right off the bat, even though it is very slightly downhill. Feels even longer than 425 to me. There's that fission octane. Down there on the road. I mean, not quite there, but a little putt. All right, we'll give the Pro Destroyer a shot to get down there. I doubt it. This thing has gotten flippy kind of quickly. I don't know if it'll come back left at all or not, but it might get me down there. We'll see. Ooh, it's pretty good. Didn't get left as much as we needed to, but we got down there. Not a bad rip right off the bat. See what we got, but yeah, it's very strange because you'll see we actually have to kind of walk down and then come back because they desperately didn't want to point any holes at the housing. So the layout is a little wonky. It's very separated. I'd really like to see it redesigned and continued. I'd have to look at the property to see if there's more room to go around the lake further. I feel like they could. I feel like they could. We'll see on the walk over to 8 and 9. Yeah, we almost got there with the Destroyer. We just didn't quite get left enough. Yeah. And the octane was a little less than that. So our 2 off the first, we got down here, both of them in a similar spot. But Sawyer got a little further. I'm pretty happy with those. It's like with basically no warm up. I don't think I've ever actually gotten this hole. I'm going to take the second one, the Destroyer. Yeah, we got a decent. I'm going to look at it for a 425 hole. Almost pin high. This would be a nice get right off the bat. Yeah, a little too off the first action. Oh no, I'm doing that pop-up thing again. That is a bummer. No 2 putts off the bat though. It'd be nice to get a mulligan. Not a great putt right off the bat, which is unfortunate, but we'll take a 3. I've definitely poured this many times. It's if your drive gets left early, in, it can be pretty hard to get through this and around this to even have a putt. So getting wide is definitely the play. That's probably one of my best drives ever on this hole. It's funny, so we'll see the next hole is right here, but because of the fear of throwing at the house, we actually have to walk way down and throw back at it. So we've got these two holes over here that are laid out kind of wonky. 8 and 9 are in a different section that are also a little wonky. And then the middle section is in kind of an enclosed its own little area. It does look like this part over here is farmland. So I guess you can't really connect it. You'd have to, I don't know what's on the other side of that fence though. I don't know if you could kind of go up on the walking path and put more holes on that side. I remember actually walked all the way around the lake. I probably will after this round is over, just to kind of see what's around on the other sides. But yeah, now we throw backwards. All right, hole 2. It's 310. It's just kind of back to the other side of the tree. We passed it on the way in. Just right there. Nice forehand hole. Backhand line kind of sucks. You got to do a turnover. I don't think I can get my forehand there yet. I'll give one a try for giggles, but normally I just like to go kind of a turnover, mid-range or fairway. Let me actually try. I'll try forehanding that destroyer. Since it's reasonably flippy, maybe I can get it there. Let's see. Wow, that's a half decent forehand for me. And I'm still not there yet. You can see why I usually need to go to the backhand. Yeah, so just kind of weird layout, but it's a decent. Get the legs moving. My forehand, that didn't feel too bad. It's getting there, but even layering with a driver, I still can't even get it 300 feet yet, which is kind of sad. But that felt half decent. And I felt like the line and the angle was right. I just kind of can't quite get it there. Although there is some room right here to come out of it, and you could technically bury into that hill and have a putt. Oh, that brings in that little sun. Get rid of that. My depth perception's terrible. I really thought this tree was closer. The pin was closer right behind those trees. There's actually quite a bit of room. So you could kind of get a wide turnover flex out here. See what we can do. Boom. All right, first putt sucked. Second long putt. Money, baby. I'm getting a lot of these long ones today. Last few videos. That's wild. That's awesome. Oh, okay. I'll take that birdie. A weak forehand and a long ass putt. See, this is where I think driving for dough, putting for dough, the whole argument. Man, if you can consistently make long putts, I mean, granted, I know it's super hard to get percentages really high from certain distances, but man, you can make up for a lot of throwing error if you can hit putts. So now that's just the only 2 holes that are on this. So we've actually got to walk all the way back to the parking lot and starting in hole 1. So I'll meet you back over there. And then we get back over into the middle section where there's 5 holes in this kind of middle section that go around the perimeter. kind of down below the one side of the lake. There's some interesting sculptures, wood sculptures here. Oh, look at this. Mass migrations. That is a lot of geese. Well, that was fun. Anyway, on to hole 3 here. Got a little path OB 243 downhill. Got the old granary thing. It's got a little fence around it that is also OB. Just kind of a little putter tunnel down here. It's kind of nice. I think here's another straggler wing. Wow, it's wild. You could hear the geese echo. Oh man, they're coming back. This is wild. They're going in circles. I'm not sure what they're doing. They seem to be circling the lake, which is very interesting. Downhill though at 243, it's probably berg all day for me nowadays. A little berg action. Straight at it. Oh boy, pulled it a little. All right, we got a nice soft float down the hill. Oof, that was I pulled that a little, and it didn't really get there. Man, actually, should have been NB action there. I've been doing that every once in a while. I'm trying to get like extra spin on the berg, and I've noticed a few times I kind of pull it a little bit occasionally. So gotta kind of be careful of that. Make sure to keep my head down and keep the finish at 10 o'clock going forward. Yeah, it's a putt. A little bit of a raised mound. This gets really thick. Man, earlier in the year we played this, and this stuff was 3 feet high, and you could lose your disc even on a short little throw like this. Pretty wild. Yeah, oh, I'm right here. Okay. Yeah, mine got caught by the one he carried real far. All right. Let's see if we can follow up that crazy putt I just had. That was still a little lobby. I kind of got a little lucky on it, I feel like. But oh, that felt so good. I thought I hit that. These are single chain baskets. They do not catch extremely well, but and a pretty small basket. Not bad though. Dang, that would have been 2 pretty solid putts. That would have been a little wild. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. Single chain catching. Definitely easily spit through those. Just a little new two nose down. Man, that nose down feels good. Feels better and better every day. All right. Hole 4. We got 280 uphill. Plays a little farther than that. Kind of see it up here at the beyond the tree there. Ooh, nice putt. But yeah, we got 280 uphill. No real OBs or dangers to worry about. I mean, technically, this greenery to the left here, fence is OB. You used to have to drive this because it definitely plays longer. Plays like probably more like 3. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I will not throw mid. I think it. I always remember this playing a lot farther. It is a decent amount uphill. At 280, it's probably like 320 maybe. Yeah, that should be perfect. Yep. Thanks. Well, hey, I mean, I had to follow up the putt. I mean, thank you. Monster putt, dude. Always good to succeed with an audience. Yeah, glad I kind of. It definitely plays a little further than 280. That was a pretty decent power on FD there, and I just came right up underneath it. I think I skipped a little long, but should be fine. I think mid would have been okayish, but trying to get an uphill skip if you're short is kind of asking for a lot, especially if you catch some random rough or something. Well, all right, a little deep, but that should be easy makeable. Oh, and I got the basket leaning at me just very slightly. Nice. Nice. All right. I'm actually a little scared because I thought with the basket leaning toward me, I almost put it a little too high. But that's why I'm trying to force myself with this nose down, kind of aim up at the band and rely on the nose down getting in there. And see, it's been working pretty well. See if we can't keep it rolling here. All right, Waneka Lake, hole 5. 317, just kind of straight out. Honestly, it's basically a flat version of the hole we just played at 317 because, like I said, that probably plays very close to the same amount. With this being flat, though, it is kind of tempting to throw the MD3, but that FD flew so well. We'll just go right back to the FD. This is a C-line FD I've been throwing from the Estes Park Open, which I won. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll definitely have previews of both of those courses at some point. I definitely have one done. I need to get up there and do the golf course before it's too late. All right, let's do this. 317, let's try maybe a little ace run. Oh. Man, I thought it was the right height there for a second, and then it just sort of did that kind of out of speed fall down. Might be some wind out there. Why am I dropping all my discs? Oh, that wasn't bad. Man, I've been so on with the camera on lately. I was a little frustrated at the end of my season, my tournament season, because I felt like this for weeks, but didn't quite turn out in the last few tournaments of the year. I won one of them, but it wasn't the rounds that I really had hoped for, and I lost my last one, and I really only had maybe 2 sections of 9 holes where I kind of played like granted that was in a lot of snow and weather and everything, but still it's like I know I have the ability now. Now it's just like getting past the mental part in competition to start really scoring well. All right, how close did we end up? Oh, man, that I don't think that missed by a whole lot. It was just a little low. I think I hit really right at the base of the pin. It just dropped a little too quick. Man, I thought that loft and that angle was perfect. That'd have been fun. Haven't got one on film yet. I have a couple I have a insane spit out ace about that distance on film. I'll probably post a quickie of my winter work last at the Evergreen course last year. But whew, rolling now. Let's see if I keep going. Waneka Lake, hole number 6, got 300. Obviously, Roto B down there, a little slightly downhill on an elevated pin. So being at 300, I don't know why this has always felt a little longer than the flat one and the uphill one. I don't know why, but I'm gonna trust that distance. And with as well as I'm throwing that FD though, the slight downhill, I am going to actually throw my MD3, C-Line MD3. Oh, see, I keep doing that. Like, I throw a little too straight at it, and I throw it fan grip, and I throw it nose up, and it just doesn't turn. Yeah, I even remind myself of it sometimes, but it's the one thing I've noticed with myself when I use fan grip on mids most of the time, and power grip on pretty much everything else now. And when I go from power grip back to fan grip, sometimes that release can be slightly early. And I mean, I like it on mids because I like the slow, very slightly nose up drift on mids and putters. I feel like it gives me better control, and they just feel better, the rim. But I feel like I get plenty of distance and control with the nose up. Just every once in a while, you get these slightly early releases, and the nose up was just going to kind of stall out a little bit. And we're going to need another one of those hole 2 miracle putts, huh? This one's pretty far. This is pretty deep. Pretty deep. And I think there's a headwind on an elevated basket. Let's see. Ooh. Kind of had the height right. But see, the risk of that, man, that could be a pretty gnarly comeback. I don't know about that. This is one of those ones where you almost should lay up, and I've done this a few times in competition. Now we're usually not that long. Oh, okay, that actually sat pretty good, thankfully. But I've run some deep circle 2 stuff and ended up with like deep circle 1 comebacks, which I kind of got myself in this mentality of putting confidence where I was believing in my putt and always believing that even if I missed, I could make the comeback. But then all of a sudden it started biting me a little bit where I had some long comebacks that I missed. And granted, a couple of them were in some not good weather situations where I just had no business running those kind of circle 2s, and I should have just taken the medicine, regardless of how confident I was. Number 7, we got 250. It's kind of right there. Like, This bush is a little bit more bushy. It makes it almost blind. You can kind of barely see it when the leaves are on the little bush here. It's like just behind it. So you got to get wide right or past it. Although I think I did hit a putt on my buddy from like inside the left side of that thing. So that's kind of funny. I'll give you a slightly different view here. 250 uphill. Probably should just be an NB. I got a little bit of a headwind though, so I think I'm gonna stay with the MD3. It's definitely more stable than my NB, so I'm gonna keep it kind of just to the right. Let it flip up and glide in. That's a little low. Oh boy, short. Yeah, I did not give the hill the respect it deserves. 250 plays more probably like 270, 280. That was kind of like, that's another one. That's a dumb mistake to make, right? In competition, that's like the one mistake you can't make. Better off wide right, short right, long right. You know, there's really no excuse for being short left and getting yourself blocked off. Although this is kind of hilarious. I might actually have a clean putt. I actually do have a clean putt. Okay. All right. I think actually this is the angle I made the putt on my friend. So that's funny because there is like little holes here in this thing. I got lucky. I skipped right into the middle of it. I mean, the distance was almost right on. I mean, technically, this is mid-circle one. Get this thing right in my face here. Oh, Dave, what are you doing, dude? Oh my God, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's such an easy make, and I just blew it. It just kind of came out of my hand a little goofy. I don't know why. I was kind of standing on a root. Maybe should have straddled. I don't know, but that's excuses. That's got to make that putt. So there's the 5 that are in this little park area. You just kind of go around the perimeter of it. Pretty plain. I think you could maybe, this whole area back here kind of screams like for a cool spot for a fairly difficult to access pin. Like I'd almost prefer if this pin was just a little further back, like right here. But we actually have to kind of cross back up here and walk around the park a little bit to another section. All right, now we get to the kind of the back section here. The next 2 holes. Again, there's still more kind of, it's very plain right here, but I think you could definitely put a tee box like right here somewhere and throw kind of down, or one down in this and throw around this tree to a spot, maybe to the left, somewhere down there, come up and then have this, keep this tee here, because this is a decent hole. They got these weird construction blocks I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, I feel like you definitely have at least one more hole right here, if not 2. Okay, right here at hole 8, I got path OB on the left, kind of straight downhill. It used to be, I think, a little further buried in these kind of rocks. It's weird, these stones, they're very gritty. We're kind of right here, right in front of them. There's a couple like right around it. A bit tough to see, but they almost look like lava rocks. But I think they are part of an old like foundation for some building or something that they had here. Yeah, I think because this says 445 still. This is not 4045. It used to be further into those rocks. But man, those rocks are I kind of liked that hole, but they are not kind to discs. So I'm actually going to bring you over this way a little bit. It almost looks like I throw mid down there, but it definitely plays a little farther, at least from what I remember last time I was here. I mean, granted, I'm throwing it pretty far right now, so I don't really want to throw a driver. So I'm going to go back to the FD and kind of hang it up a little high, right, and just let it float down in. There is, I think, a rock that has like a chance to skip in off of. That's like right level with the cage down there. Oh, that's so low. All right, that'll give us a putt. Man, that was unfortunately low. I kind of want to see, just out of curiosity, if I can get a mid down there. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not as far as I thought, as I was feeling. I think I was just throwing bad last time I was here. I can probably definitely get a mid there. We'll try the MD3 for fun. Yeah, that was deep. Yeah. Okay, so I think I could have softened the mid a little better. I'm not sure what this distance is now. It's definitely not the 445 that's on the map. I'll show you where I think it used to be, because I think it was there the first time I played this with my buddy a couple years ago. I also wonder if maybe they just didn't want to try to mow this or maintain it because of the way these rocks are, the way these weeds have grown up, that maybe they didn't feel like they could keep it clean and consistent for discs. But yeah, you'll see this kind of rock field here. This pin is kind of fun right here. A little further away. That was kind of that was a terrible throw. Probably should have re-warmed up after the walk, but we've got a shot at it. At least I got an opening. You can see like there's a bunch of rocks around the basket. You could technically, although that rock is probably not going to give you much of a skip. You'll see it when I get down there. It's pretty bad. Oh, I thought that was solid. Overlofted it. Okay, I'm struggling a little bit with this nose down release. Kind of lofting it and pushing it a little bit. I mean, you can see, like you can almost skip off this rock, but look at the texture of these things. Like I said, it almost looks like lava rocks, but there are like bricks and bolts in it. So it was definitely some sort of weird foundation or something. Oh, and shout out Gravity Brewing, good little brewery, not too far from here. Yeah, my midlet went long. But yeah, I think the other pin used to be actually right down in here somewhere. And I think this tee was actually in a different spot too, I think. I can't remember. And I don't know if these rocks have been moved at all to create some of these walking paths and stuff. But I feel like it was a decent mush. And I actually wouldn't mind it being put back into it for a little more challenge. But you're throwing kind of blind. And like I said, these weeds have like massively overgrown. So I'm guessing like that makes it, the maintenance of it, a little harder. Anyway, hole 9. It's 223. See, like I think this was slightly different too. I'm not sure because it doesn't feel like 223. Kind of cool though. You got a little bit of a blind shot. Yeah, pin back, elevated pin back there. You got to go nice though because you can go either forehand or backhand. It just you've got a bit of a blind gap to go uphill here. I can bring you to the side just a little bit so you can actually see the basket. And I'm going to take the right gap with the MD3. I don't know. Uphill, I probably should go NB, but I'm kind of feeling this MD3. Got really good stability, so I can kind of hang it out in this right gap and know for sure it's going to come back toward the pin a little bit. Oh, come on. Oh, dang, these angles. This last, man, I've been filming a bunch of little courses lately. Man, I've had so many race ones like that where it just crosses right in front of the chains on the perfect angle. I hope the camera had a good angle on that. Holy cow, I don't think I missed that by a whole lot. Oh man, I thought I got that. Whew. A little MD3 hyzer. And I'll see if we have a makeable putt at all. Oh, it's way short. Okay, gosh. Depth perception. Unless I kicked backwards, because this seems an odd landing spot for where I must have hit and rolled backwards, because I should be way more left, I feel like. I'll have to watch it on replay, because that looked so much closer. But how did I end up here? Wow, I gotta watch that on replay, because I thought that was coming right across. All right, makeable. Bang. That's a little lofty. It feels good though. Like, that's just a little lofty. I want that to be a little more direct. I don't know why I'm doing that lately. Granted, this one's nice and elevated. The loft kind of works, but that didn't feel that great. So this putt still got a lot of work to do. Like I said, I feel like that should have been a little more straight at it. That was a little better. But I'll take it regardless. I will take it. Anyway, there you have it. There's 9 holes, Waneka Lake Park in Lafayette, Colorado. It's just a very short drive to the old town downtown. There's a bunch of great restaurants and breweries and stuff. So it's an awesome little place. And like I said, you can get, if you have a partner or a family, there's a walking trail and exercise trail. I kind of want to get out here in the mornings and do like the exercise trail and then play, or play and do the exercise trail. Kind of be kind of a fun workout. So anyway, there you have it. What did we get? We got 4 maybe, 4 or 9. Missed a few putts and a couple throws. Probably 4 or 9. Yeah, because I didn't get that one. Oh, yeah, 4 or 9. That's not too bad. Could have been better, but got a couple long putts and missed a couple easy ones, as per usual. So anyway, I will see you in the next one. Yeah, I definitely checked out the rest of the trail, and there's a lot to this park. There's a gorgeous nature trail with a ton of educational resources. There's this wetlands and marshlands back here. Goes all the way around. There's all sorts of sports stuff too. There is basketball and pickleball courts, and there's definitely a lot more room for some holes back here. There's some really cool spaces back here that I think we could definitely get some holes in. Here's one of those spaces, like right behind me here. Could definitely sneak some cool hole, even more holes in here, and make a really interesting destination out of this place. But hey, if you come out to visit this park, definitely check out the nature trail. It's worth the walk around. Like I said, it's only a couple miles around. So. Cable's out. Took one more turn out of that grace. Just over here. Oh, touch short. Just a touch too high. That's definitely C1. That's definitely C1. Ooh, that's even better, I think. Oh, it skipped off the top of the king. No way. I couldn't tell if it moved forward after that. It looked like it landed right on top of the king. And then, but I think it kept going forward, so I think it's even better. Holy cow. That was. Alright, destroyer got into the second gonna stop. Not bad. Alright, there's the king. Where the fuck is the octane? Where's the octane? Was it true? Did it keep going? Where's the octane? Okay, so there's the king. So I found the octane. I looked around, couldn't find it. I was like, how deep is this little channel? I was like, what? There it is. Literally like right in front of it, and parked job. So we got 2 chances to bury this hole from the king and see one here. Here we go. Yeah, from the octane. Back-to-back birdie throws. They definitely fly somewhere now, for sure.